morning, wonderful people. Good morning. How many people are online? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your location. It seems nobody is online presently, or yeah, I did not really announce this live. So I just decided to go live this morning. Good morning, everybody. How was the weekend? Welcome to another beautiful week. Yeah, I pray that this week will be a wonderful one for you and I. Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. How was church service yesterday? How was church service? Let me see the first person to join this live. This live. Okay. If you're just joining, hello. Can you just comment in the comment section? Let me see your name and to welcome you. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your location. Okay, the person just went out again. Oh, so where are my fans? Where are they? Where are you people? Okay, this morning I want to talk about, a lot of people have been asking how much do they need to actually start a bag making business. How much do you need actually to start a bag making business? How much do you need? Now, this is a very good question, right? Yeah. How much do you need to start a bag making business? Now, to start a bag making business, of course, you know that before we talk about business, you should have been into it, like you should have mastered what you're doing before you even talk about doing business out of it, isn't it? So before you start making before you go into bag making business, the number one thing is you need to have idea on the skill. Yeah, that's the number one thing. You need to have idea on the skill. Yes. So number one, you need your sewing machine. It's very, very important for you to get your sewing machine. Yes, so that you don't need to go and start borrowing machine up and down. And you know that when you have your machine available, it will help you to always practice. Like they said, that practice makes perfect, isn't it? All right, so you guys are welcome. Welcome to Live Chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. You're all welcome. So comment in the comment section so that I can greet you. Okay, so like I was saying, you need your sewing machine. That one is very important. It's very, very important for you to venture into bag making business. You need your sewing machine. So, and I'll advise you to go with manual. Yes, by the time you are able to go on your manual. I have, in fact, what I use to make all my bags as beautiful as they are manual sewing machines. Yes, I have manual sewing machines, and we are hoping, we hope to get industrial sewing machines. But one thing about manual is that once you've mastered the art of using your manual sewing machine, it will be very easy for you to navigate into industrial. But you see, somebody that started with industrial, it will be very difficult for the person to navigate into what is it called, into manual, because there's a way a industrial sewing machine makes you to be lazy. You see, once there's no light, you see, most people will just feel reluctant. They feel reluctant to do anything on their manual sewing machine. So I advise that even as you're doing the business, always use the two. Use your industrial, use your manual, so that you get used to everything in case of there's no light on, and so on and so forth. So let me not digress. I said to go into bag making business, you need your sewing machine. Okay, so and how much do you actually need to start a bag making business? Well, bag making business is not something that you need to pour all your money into. Like, it's not as if with little capital you can start this bag making business. Yes, with little capital. What I advise my students is, if you want to make a bag, what do? Get some materials for yourself. So there is no a specific amount, but with 20,000 you should be able to buy some materials. You understand? Once you buy it for practice, do you understand? You buy to practice, you make different types. Okay, you make different types from there. So from there is your sampling now that will determine whether you're going to make it in bag making business or not. So when you buy those materials, you use them to make samples for display. Do you understand? You use them to make samples for display. So from there, if you're good enough, if your work is neat enough, from there you even see you get customers. When they see your sample and that your sample is okay, when they see it, they see how your work is. In fact, when a customer comes, you're not using your money to go and buy material. It is that customer that will give you money to go and buy whatever material you want to buy. Do you understand? So with this opportunity, you should know that bag making is very good. It's very good. It's a lucrative business because you use your customers' money to make their work, and then you just remove your profit. So, and another thing that is important in bag making business is pricing. That has been the problem of a lot of people. You see, like I always said, it's not all about knowing how to make bags or knowing how to make clothes or knowing how to bake cakes or knowing how to make beads or knowing how to make caps. The most important thing is, how am I going to make profit out of what I'm doing? That is the most important aspect. That's the most important aspect in any business. So, like I always talk about my online class. This online class is something that you pay once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. See, someone just paid this morning. She just paid this morning like this because she said she wanted to pay since last week. Okay, so and I don't like mentioning price, because you see that after 10 years some people will still want the price to be the same thing. They will be asking you, but I heard you mention 15,000, I heard you mention 10,000, I heard you. So you see, that's why I don't like mentioning the prices of my training, because time changes, and you know that the price of data increase. It increased. In fact, the way the price of data has skyrocketed now is just God that is helping us. So pricing is very important. Like I said, with a little amount, with you having the right coach to put you through. See, one thing is, you can get a lot of insight. You can even learn how to make bags online. But the business aspect now is what I'm talking about. You need somebody to put you through the business aspect, because the truth is, even if you learn physically, no boss will tell you, how to would show you pricing. No boss, I'm telling you. But my students, people that have joined my online class, can testify. If you're here, please comment in the comment section what I do in my Telegram class. Okay, comment there. So in my Telegram class, I teach people how to cost. You see that I will teach them how to make the bag. I'll teach them how many they will get from a yard, and if, for instance, if they want to make 100, how many yards would they need to make 100, how many yards would they need to make 50, and then what possible price can they put on this before they can be able to make profit, and so many other business insights that we train our students on in my Telegram class. So it's very, very important for you to join this Telegram class. You need somebody to hold your hands to make profit from what you're doing, so that people will not just keep taking advantage of you. Yes, so presently, like this is 15,000 naira. Presently is 15,000 naira. Yes, but the price sold, and we are in July 2025. You don't expect the same price to be the same next year July or next year 2026. So currently I am charging 15,000 naira, and you learn different types of bags, school bags, lunch bags, and we have another class for people that are only interested in learning souvenir bags. They want to go into different types of souvenir bags. Yes, we have that class as well. So we have class for general, where you learn school bags, lunch bags, tote bag, you learn laptop bags, you learn purses, you learn offering bags, you learn general. You understand? Then if you want to focus on souvenir bags only, we have that class as well. That one for now is 10,000 naira. Okay, for now, and prices do change. Okay, because people have been begging me that I should bring down the price. So for now, we are considering 10,000 naira. So people, like I said, if you want to go into bag making business, it's not something that you need to spend a lot. The number one thing is, you need your sewing machine. Of course, you know that it's very important, because I'm not talking about gum work now. Even gum work, it will still get to a point that you still need your sewing machine. So you need your Number one, you need your sewing machine. Yes, you need to get your some necessary equipment like thread, needles, then you get some material. So it's not something that you need to have million. With as little as 20, 50, as long as you have your, what is it called? So, and if you're starting, you need to start limit what you're doing, like when I started with souvenir bags. So from there I started growing. So don't say you want to do everything at once. Do you understand? So these are the things I teach my students that are on my Telegram. And one thing about my class is that my Telegram classes, once you pay once, do you know, you have access to me, or always. That is, you pay just once and you get a lifetime access. So tell me, who would do that who would give you such kind of offer? So it's only in Taron Innovative World that you get this type of offer. So guys, okay, Sunday Janet, you're welcome, thank you for joining. Also, there's you can also support this brand. If you are led to support this brand, we need industrial sewing machines. So if you are led, or even if you want to you want to gift us with as little as 500 naira, you are welcome. You can do that. You can support, because we spend a lot of money. You spend a lot of money to buy data, so you can support. You see that these days I've not been posting on YouTube. The truth is, some people do think that is a lot of money. No, it's no. So we sacrifice a lot for people. When you see people creating content on YouTube, see, it's not as if on YouTube, on other social media handles, it's not as if they are being paid. It's just the passion. They are paid, but the truth is, if you want to calculate the data you buy for a month, what they pay you in 1 year cannot even cover what you buy, the data you spend for 2 months. Do you understand? So it's just the passion that is keeping, and the impact. We want to impact lives. So guys, thank you so much for joining this live. So like I said, how much do you need to start your bag making business? It's not much. All you need to do is start, and you need somebody to hold your hands. With 20,000 naira, you should be 20 to 50, you should be able to buy materials. And also, you need to know what type of material you want to buy. You don't just go into the market and go and waste your money. You still need someone to tell you, okay, buy this now. As a beginner, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy that. Do you understand? So that you don't just keep wasting your money. Don't waste your money. You need someone to hold your hands. And also, if you want to go into bag making business and you want to really profit from it, like I said, you need a coach. You need somebody, because most times, you see, most people don't learn from people physically. Again, they learn online. You go to YouTube, you type, I want this type of this, and you see it. But the truth is, the business aspect, nobody will teach you that. You need somebody. Okay, so like I said, our registration fee, if you can take advantage of our Telegram classes now like this with 15,000, you will learn. In fact, we have over 50 videos, over 50 tutorials there, and you still have access. Do you understand? You still have this access to me. So that's just, it's very good. It's commendable. Good morning. Okay, Sunday Janet, thanks for joining the live. Okay, so thank you so much. So guys, if you have any question, you can drop it. You can drop your question. You're all welcome. I'm seeing 3 people. You can drop your and it's very, another thing you can see above there. Can you see? I have my certificates there to progress into your business. Those are the things I enlighten my students about. You still need to register your business. It's very good. Even as you venturing into the business, you need to think about, okay, which name, because, and you need to register your business. These are the fundamentals. But it's not necessary that you register your business immediately. Start it, kickstart the business. I just pray that God will help all of us. So if you have any question, you can drop it. And if you don't have, no problem. So I hope I'm able to answer the question of how much you need to start bag making business. Okay, so thank you so much. If you like, if there's any other thing you want us to discuss, you like me to discuss in when it comes to business, when it comes, just suggest it in the comment section. Thanks so much, people. Thank you for staying through and for standing by. Thank you so much. God bless you all. So today is Monday, so I just say let me just give you these little tips. Thank you so much. So it's not something difficult for you to start the business, but the thing is, you need somebody to hold your hand to tell you the type of materials you need to buy, you need, and so on and so forth. And also, if you check my YouTube channel, my video answers some questions on materials you need in bag making and so many other things, right? So thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye for now. No question, right? No question.